about to be live.
Here's our
Yeah,
here's our theme
You're
song.
live now. Come on.
Here's our theme song.
Oh no! Everybody say hi to Glory in the background. Everybody say hi to Glory in the background.
This is seriously for today. It fits because
That might be kind of loud.
Is it?
Can y'all hear that? Oh my gosh!
I mean, here it is. Come on.
You guys are the people on the streets.
It's pressure. It's pressure. We're all.
I know. I get it, but
everyone's a little under pressure lately. Let me get this turned down and.
Yeah. Welcome to our Facebook Live.
A little bit of pressure.
We are blowing out your eardrums. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, was it really that loud? Maybe it was. Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe it was.
That was I heard that on my drive over here as I'm racing to get here. And I've got, can you hear me with the cufflinks?
Yeah, can I hear what do I do with my hands?
What do I do with my hands?
Tell the day, what do I do with my hands?
Yeah. Who gave you these?
I think you did.
I think I did too.
You said you needed
cool sister
for your shirt, so I went and snagged some real quick. Yeah, nice. Hi everybody.
Hello. Happy Friday.
Yeah,
it's almost the end of March.
I know. Don't even. Come on, man. I don't need that. You already played the pressure song. Like, why do you need to?
We're under pressure.
Why do you need to do that to me? So I'm going to apologize up front for not advertising this one well. You didn't know we were coming this week. Our bad. Spring break really messed things up. I think even the freeze messed things up.
Honestly. A little bit.
We're still recovering from that schedule-wise.
Yeah.
But
hi.
Hi.
What are we talking about again today? Because we kept texting about it. What is it?
She's not going to talk much today. It's going to all be me. We're talking about leasing versus selling.
Oh, right. Leasing. So leasing.
And I will preface this, by the way, this is going to be primarily anecdotal. We're not going to show you a bunch of charts. We're just going to talk to you about what we see in the market right now. So,
and you're talking about if you have a home, should you lease it out or sell it?
Yeah. So last year, everybody thinks it was just interest rates last year that really impacted the market. And I'm not going to say that wasn't like the biggest part of it.
Sure.
I was just talking about this before. There were people that bought a few years before and their taxes, they didn't file a homestead and their taxes went up.
Right.
And they couldn't afford their home anymore. They were thinking, they started putting their homes on the market.
Right.
You had, because of interest rates, you had builders who had to dump inventory because the people couldn't even afford the home anymore. So builders dumped homes into the market. Investors that had bought homes, they were being taxed out of their home. Basically, they couldn't even afford to raise the rent enough. So last year we saw interest rates and this dump of homes into the market. Right. This year, there are people, I've got some clients right now. They're thinking, hey, should we sell or lease and then buy up because prices are coming down enough that it's within even with interest rates going up, it's within their budget. And they're thinking, do we sell or do we lease?
Right. And
and then you got people that are moving, their job's moving. Well, I want to hold on to the home. Can I lease it? Should I lease it or should I sell it?
Sure. And it all comes down to looking at the numbers, really. And what's your motivation?
Case,
Right. And one thing that I found, and I think you have too, when you have people investing in Texas, is property taxes.
Yeah.
Because when you have a home that is no longer your homestead that you're going to lease out, your property tax appraisal is no longer held back or limited by the homestead exemption, which helps keep the property taxes down. So you want to definitely add that into the figure of your numbers when it comes to should you lease or should you sell a home.
Correct.
Right.
That was so. This is what I mean by anecdotal. Have a scenario right now where I have some clients that are looking to lease the home that I sold to them. Now, here's another factor: how long have you owned the home?
And what's the interest rate? What's the interest rate you still owe? Right.
Correct.
Right.
So these folks bought this home a good 10 years ago or more. So the equity they have, the payment they have, it would be very easy for them to lease that house.
Right.
And if they sold it, they would have enough equity into it that money would roll in well to the next home and help them upgrade. They're on that deciding line of do we sell or do we lease?
Right.
Well, the factor that really kind of kicked in for them was that they were going to lose the homestead exemption on their current home. I'm going to make the number up. Let's say the home right now is being taxed at $300,000, right? That's the value that's being taxed at. Well, the home is actually worth $700,000.
$400,000 difference.
Right. That's going to change your tax base on whether or not you can lease it and still afford, the home payment, taxes, everything. You have to look at your market area and go, leases in my market area will sustain $2,500 a month. Even with that tax increase, my payment is going to be $2,200 a month. And then you decide
difference of $300.
Right. And that's the other factor. Do you need it to cash flow each month? What that means is, do you need a profit month over month versus what your home payment is and what you can rent it for? So you have to analyze that, and then also look at the home that you're going to buy, that you're going to upgrade to.
Right.
These are all the numbers that you need to run ahead of time to really make the decision. And that's an upgrade scenario. I mean, the scenario of moving out of town is still somewhat similar. It's, what did you buy it for?
What is your interest rate?
Right. And if you're going to keep it as your homestead, you can still move out of the state and it's still your primary residence. You could temporarily have to leave and it's your primary residence. You could still claim
as long as you don't claim a homestead or primary residence somewhere else.
Correct.
We're still seeing some news stories about the that's okay. Inventory is still low in general.
Inventory is still low in general.
Nationally. I know. And that, of course, again, we are going into the busier time of year too, where more listings come on the market, but you generally have more buyers, and the busiest closing day of the year is the last day of June.
Correct.
So I don't know if you read the article that National Association of Realtors put out talking about the best week to list your house.
I did not see that.
Did you not see
that?
No,
what did they say? What's the best week?
First or second week of April.
Really?
Yeah. We're not quite there yet. We're almost there.
Get your homes ready right now. Get your homes ready.
Well, I have one coming on the market on my street, and another one of my past clients called me, and I went and met with him yesterday.
Interesting.
And he's getting it ready to put it on the market end of the first week of April, which is one of the best, because when you think about it, all the spring breaks are over with, likely.
Yep.
People are, and we've talked about this before, people want to be settled before 4th of July so they can take their vacations and then come back and get ready for school to start.
Well, there's also the tax return factor.
Right.
By that time, you should know what your tax return is. You're just waiting on the money to come in. There's all these little factors, right?
All those
they also
things.
Want to get settled because they want to know the schools their kids are going to, and they don't want to know in July. They want to know end of May or June. Okay, we're going to have to transfer you into X school, right?
Right.
There's some of those other factors that come into play.
Right.
So now there you go. So let's talk about the listing factor.
Sure.
Years
Which
ago,
factors?
Right.
Which
factors. The listing factor. So there was years ago, should we hold on to our home to buy the next one, or should we sell it? Or even just, again, you're moving,
right,
and you're moving out of the city or out of the state, should we hold on to the home? Well, we know one of the number one factors or one of the number one things of wealth building is holding homes is investing in real estate. So call us for that too.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
So a huge factor. I forgot what the percentage was. Wasn't it like something like 40%? Man, I just lost it.
30. It was around in the 30 range, 32, 33% of
wealthy individuals are from real estate.
From real estate.
Their wealth comes from real estate. So we're going to double check those numbers, guys. But the point
it was 30 something.
Yeah. The point is that those people that are wealthy, they're not just wealthy because of stocks and bonds and investing money that way. It's also because they've invested in real estate. So yes, if you can hold on to the home, absolutely. But should you sell with interest rates where they are? I've lost X equity.
Right.
Yes. Last year you could have sold for more than you could this year. That's going to come into the factor of when did you buy the home? Did you buy the home 2 years ago? Did you buy the home 5 years ago? Right. So that you can sell and get that equity out of it. Right. Then it's the upgrade factor, which for years there's been the script of, well, go buy the $1.2 million home for $800 now, because it will be $1.2 million again. Right.
Well, and our lender partners
Yep.
are going to be able to answer some of these questions too, because there is the debt to income ratio. So if
Yep.
you owe too much on the house that you're trying to decide if I can lease or sell
Yep.
before I move up, you probably can't if your debt to income ratio is too high.
Correct.
You will likely have to sell in order to buy something else.
Correct.
Now there are
because you need the equity.
You need the equity.
That's what we did
Right.
for our second home. I wanted to hold on to that first home.
Right.
We couldn't. I needed every penny from that first home to be able to buy the second home. And then, since then, since we were able to buy the second home so well, we were able to keep the payment low, that we could rebuild our little nest egg.
Right.
And now we have that nest egg that we're doing other things with.
Right.
So yeah, it is a good time to sell. Of course, again, do the numbers. It's, where's your equity? Well, I lost 100,000 in equity, but you still have 300,000.
Right.
And the home that you're wanting to upgrade to is $200,000 cheaper. Then now is the time to upgrade. Interest rates considered, all of those factors considered, that's something to look into, is what is the equity you could get out of your home,
and what's your comfort level.
Correct.
Too.
Correct.
Do you want to be a landlord, which is opens up a whole nother can of worms, so to speak. If you do lease it out, and we don't do property management. However, we can help people find tenants and then recommend several different property management companies. But as we know, a bad tenant can cost you a lot of money. And so it really comes down to several questions. Are you interested in being a landlord? Does the money do the numbers make sense if you need to purchase something larger than what you currently have? Interest rates, property taxes, and down payment. So it's all those things all together. And as we just said, we're coming up on the best time to list your house in the next 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So call us. Give us a call.
Give us a ring.
Yeah. By the way, we currently have our photo contest for Blue Bonnets. If you have not, I think we've gotten just a couple, so we need people to submit photos.
When are we deciding?
We would like the photos by end of next week.
There you go.
And then we were going to choose a winner the following week.
Okay.
We've gotten a few in. If you would like to enter the contest, then you can send an email or respond after this Facebook Live in the comments section. You can send email to marketing@theottgroup.com if you'd like to enter. And we'll choose somebody not next week, but the following week.
And we won't choose one of our own, we promise.
No, we will not. I won't let you.
It will be a submission from somebody else. Yeah.
Yes. So
yeah.
Anything else for today? Reach out to us if you have
we've
questions.
Gone quick here.
I know. Well, we're doing good about picking up one topic and sticking with it. So I think it's probably
we're trying.
Yes. Yeah. But reach out if you have any questions about leasing versus selling a current home. If you're moving up or downsizing. And
keep in mind, I mean, again, it is still a market. I mean, some of the other questions that I have from some of my other clients is, what do we need to do to the home to get it ready? I mean, great questions. Again, leasing or selling, there's different things to do.
If you're selling, I would not recommend doing a whole lot.
No. If you're leasing,
I mean, if you're leasing, I'm sorry. Yes.
What did I say? It's really just, I call it cleaning up the lines, like freshen up the home so that the condition it's in. So when the tenants take over, you get that inventory and condition form, and well, it was freshly painted, the carpets were cleaned, the home was made ready, is what we call it. Then you really know, what you've got to do when those tenants move out. Selling is a different factor. We got to look at your budget. By the way, there are options to help you get your home ready.
Keller Williams has an option.
That's right.
Keller.
That's right. So
Keller make ready.
Right.
Ready to sell.
As you can tell, we're not trying to muddy up the water here, but it's not quite as black and white of should I sell, should I lease? It's
we will come with a lot of questions to determine what's the right answer.
And we will show you comparables in either direction. You can't just do, well, I've got 4 bedrooms, 2,500 square feet and, X neighborhood. It really isn't that easy. I mean, look at the Zillow's estimates. That's essentially what they're doing. And they can get close, but in some cases they're tens of thousands of dollars off.
Right.
Same thing with the lease. They could be hundreds of dollars off per month.
Right.
So to really get an accurate estimate of what your home can lease or sell for, we need to come see the house.
Right.
We need to come get you some true comparables that we think appraisers will use, that we think buyers and buyers agents will use, and same thing for tenants.
Right.
When you get that number right, the leads just start coming in the door quickly. Is that number a little bit less than last year? Yeah, we are noticing that pricing for selling is less than last year. It seems to be going,
but it's
back
still
to
more than 2020.
Correct.
Right.
There's still equity.
Or 2019.
Yeah, there's still equity there. Leasing has seemed to flatline. It kind of depends on where we're at, but those numbers are even still up from just 2 years ago. So it's really a matter of, let us take a look at the home. What condition is it in? And we'll give you tips and even contractors that can help get the work done to get it ready for lease or for sale.
Right.
Yeah.
Info@theottgroup.com.
Yeah. 512-222-6881 and www. Like, I got to say that anymore. Theottgroup.com. You know where to find us. Yeah. Pinch poke. You'll be good.
Ow. Okay. I need some.
You're supposed to bring lunch. It's lunchtime. We could have been eating while we were doing this.
No, that would not be fun.
Yeah. I'd eat, you talk, vice versa. No. And of course, we want to hear if there's another time to do these that, are easier for you guys to attend or watch. Please let us know.
Sounds great. And enjoy the weekend. It looks like the weather's going to be really nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's beautiful out there now. It's kind of rainy and disgusting, but it's going to be nice and warm. Yeah.
Not warm, but anyway. All right. Happy Friday. Have a nice weekend.
See y'all later. Let's see if I can end this right. I think we need to have the intro music and outro music.
Oh, shoot. I didn't. Too late.